Hello, pilots. Today we're flying a plane that many of you have been asking for. It took a while, but it's finally here. Let's get straight to the point and answer the big question on everyone's mind. Is the Sea Flanker really a bad jet? The short answer, no, it's far from bad. The more accurate answer is that the Sea Flanker is just different from a regular flanker. As most of you know, flankers in general are undergoing changes, and there's still a long way to go before they get a fully refined flight model. But the worst phase is behind us, and these updates have also benefited the Su-33. After all, it's still a flanker, despite some differences, some pretty noticeable, others more subtle. The first and most obvious difference? The canards. They provide better stability at lower speeds, improved turns at medium and high speeds, and greater instantaneous AOA. If I forgot to mention anything, feel free to fire away in the comments. Now on to the negatives. The Sea Flanker can be a bit harder to manage when it comes to energy retention compared to the regular flanker. Since you're pulling more turns, that energy has to go somewhere, and this can become a bigger issue during low-speed fights. So always keep an eye on your speed. Lastly, let's talk about countermeasures. This jet only carries 48 of them, which means you might need to spend most of your matches in the early and mid-game playing defensively or supporting your team. At 14.0 matches, it's pretty hard to be the main attacker or the star of the show. Now that we've gone through the details, let's see what we can make happen with this thing. Starting with its payload, you've got 12 missiles to work with, so you need to make use of them. Even if there's no clear indication you'll secure a kill, fire those missiles anyway. It's pretty unlikely you'll get enough opportunities for anything close to a 100% hit rate with them. Just make sure to stay aware and avoid any accidental TKs with your teammates. Well, I managed to time my attack alongside my team's push and provided solid support. Sometimes, you'll need to take bigger risks to secure frags, like getting really close to your target. Just be careful though, this is a clear disadvantage when going up against Fox 3s. The last match was pretty simple, so let's step it up in this one. Even though I'm starting with a route that's ready to go cold if needed, it's more of a defensive path. But from here, I can already fire suppression shots at aggressive players on the enemy team. And believe it or not, the ER missile can actually score a kill every now and then. Notice how I fired the missile from an absurd distance and almost managed to frag the target. Now, imagine if this jet had just a bit more performance. Check this out, a ping from behind. Before heading into areas crowded with players, you should always clear the space around you first. You've got solid one-on-one attack capabilities, but when it comes to multi-target engagement, you're going to be out of luck. When the enemy team is disorganized and working individually, things get even easier for you. So in these moments, you can't afford to make any mistakes. On this map, it's pretty tough to play up-tier matches with just Fox 1s, so I like to go for more strategic and safer flanks. Even though sometimes the matches don't result in high frags or end in defeat, it's not like a 13.0 jet has many chances of being the carry. If a player in an Eurofighter 2000 or Rafale hasn't fragged anything, that's definitely a sign something's going wrong. Remember what I said about firing missiles even when there's no indication you'll hit? For whatever reason, it could be that the enemy dies before your missile gets there, or they defeat your missile. Well, the ER is a missile that tracks really well if you switch the hardlock from one target to another, thanks to its excellent IOG. And here's an example of how you can get kills using that. Now, as usual, I will leave the rest of the matches for you, the viewer, to enjoy the silence of the gameplay and practice the lessons I've shared through observation. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to help each other, and if it's a good question, I will make sure to do my best to answer it. Well, gentlemen, that's it for today. Do you agree or disagree with anything I said? Is there something that works better for you? Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Until next time, Karma out.